Welcome to yoga. It's good to be back after a little Thanksgiving break. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And now it's a different season. And if you're like me, or I suspect many people feel their to-do lists lengthen and stress rise at this time of year. It's a joyful time and also a very busy time. So hooray for yoga, which is a wonderful practice to help deal with all that stress. Give some time just to yourself, step away, kind of regain your balance. And our practice today is going to focus somewhat on balance and also opening hips and shoulders. So find your place to center. Seated, it can be seated or lying down, supine. I have a block, or may need a block today, so if you have one, you can grab that. And just whatever position you're in, let's just start by taking 3 deep inhales followed by a long exhale. Sigh out your exhale like this. So a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 2 more, just like that. So right off the bat, that's a yoga practice, a pranayama practice that helps release tension. So starting from there, close your eyes, bring your awareness inside. So begin the practice of going out of your thinking mind and into your feeling mind, listening to your body. And just notice where you are at the beginning of practice today. This is different from any other time. Every time is unique and new. What's going on in your life outside of this moment is changing all the time. So just notice today where you are. Listen to your body, scan your body, not leaving out any part, just methodically visualizing the body part and bringing your awareness there. Gentle awareness, non-judgmental, accepting what you see, what you feel. When you encounter a place that feels tight or tense, just consciously breathe into that place and release. Notice also any emotions, if they're there and present and you can identify. Just notice that. Notice the state of your mind, whether it's very busy or maybe it's pretty calm and quiet. Just notice. And now just for a few breaths, follow your own natural breath. From the moment you feel the inhale coming in through your nose, all the way down as your lungs fill, and then follow the exhale as your body retracts towards center and the air air exits through your nose. While you're doing this, relax your jaw, your face, your neck. Just follow your breath for a couple more breaths. And now we'll begin a pranayama. It's a more energizing pranayama. So that means the focus is going to be more on the inhale. And we're going to inhale to your own count of 4. Pause at the top of the inhale in complete stillness for 4. And then exhale 4. So just you go right from the exhale into the inhale. So let's try it. I'll count the first time and then you can follow on your own. So begin inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Now continue, make the count fit your breath. Let the tempo be your own. Inhale 4, pause, complete stillness 4, exhale 4, repeat. One more round. And when you come to the end of the exhale on this round, just let go of the pranayama and return to a natural breath, but a breath that is slow and deep and even. So it's not, you are mindful of it at any rate. Slow, deep, even breath that you can maintain during practice. And based on what you saw when you're in your inner awareness body scan, create an intention for your practice. Something positive that you'd like to come to know during practice or take away from practice. Just repeat that intention a few times. And store it away. You can revisit it during practice if you need some focus. And we will begin practice today on our backs. So come on over. Lying full on the mat, legs extended, arms down by your side. And activate your feet. So flex your feet, press out lightly through your ankles. Your heels. So like in mountain pose, but on your back. Spread your toes, spread your fingers, press down your hands lightly into the mat. And on an inhale, lift your arms up and back overhead. Move slowly. Your breath is slow. Your movement matches the breath. And as you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, hug it in. Inhale, lengthen out your legs, arms go up overhead. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest. So just moving with your breath, warming up your shoulders and hips, flexing, extending. Let the movement initiate, the breath initiate the movement. And the next time you draw your left knee in, let that be the last time, and then lengthen out 2 directions. Stretch your body out through your feet, through your hands. And then let your hands come back down by your side, your arms down by your side. And we're going to do some moving the hips through flexion, extension, and external, internal rotation. So, beginning with the right leg, turn your right toes out to the right. So you're externally rotating that leg. And then draw the sole of your foot, keeping your foot on the mat. Slide your foot up the inside of your left leg, so you're coming into like a tree pose. And then bring the knee up straight towards center and let it continue over without your hip going off the floor. Let the right knee come over the left thigh, and then slide the right foot down the mat back to your starting position. Okay, so beginning, you turn your externally rotate, take your right toes out to the side, slide the sole of the right foot up your left inner thigh. Then bring your knee up to center and continue just a little. It probably won't go very far because you don't want your hip to come off the floor. Just bring it across the midline, knee is bent, and then slide your right foot down to meet the left. And we'll do that one more time. Externally rotate, slide the foot up the leg like tree pose, up to center and a little past the midline. That's internal rotation, adduction, and then slide the foot back down. Let's do it one more time to the right. Slide the foot up, bring the knee a little over the midline, slide the foot down, leg straightens. Okay, and then we'll try that on the other side. So turn your left toes out, slide your left foot up your right inner thigh, bring the knee up to center and a little past the midline, slide it down, straighten it out. Okay, 3 more times on the left. Just very slow movements. Notice how the legs are different, how your hips are different. And when you complete the same number 4 times on the left side, take your knees into your chest and then lengthen your legs up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands up toward the ceiling so your feet are pressing up, fingertips pressing up, but keep your shoulders on the mat. And then just rotate. Rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists. Flex and extend the ankles and the wrists. And then bend your knees, bring both feet to the mat, hip distance apart. And we're going to start with we're going to do We'll just start with windshield wipes with the legs. So arms can be out to the side. Bring your feet out wide on the mat. So wide windshield wipes. Start in the center with an inhale. Exhale, pull your belly in. Let your knees come over toward the right. Don't force them down, just let them go where they go. Inhale back to center. Belly in, exhale, knees to the left. Couple more times, just like that. Moving slowly with your breath. And the next time your knees come to center, pause. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Take a hold of opposite elbows. So your right hand's holding your left elbow, left hand holding your right, and your arms are right over your chest. And we're going to do windshield wipes with our arms. So just before we add the legs, so we'll just try it with the arms. So take both your arms just over to the right. So your right elbow goes toward the mat. Left arm is kind of straighter. Then inhale to center, exhale the other side. Okay, so we're going to do that with our legs. It's a little brain test. No, I shouldn't say test, exercise. So as the knees go to the right, the elbows, the arms go to the left. So windshield wipe in opposite direction. Inhale, both are centered. Exhale, knees to the left, arms to the right. Make sure you're breathing slow, deep, even, and your movement follows your breath. If you want to bring your neck into it, your gaze can follow either the knees or the arms. One more time to each side. And then come back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. Take a hold either behind your thighs or over your shins, and just take any movement that feels good here. Just rocking on your sacrum, soothing to your low back, or you can make circles with your knees, hands on the knees or not. Just take a few moments here to balance out what we've been doing. And then best way for you, come up to all fours. So you can come to your side and push up, or you can rock up. But come on over to all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Spread your fingers, press a little more into the pads at the base of your fingers. Make your hands a little bit like a suction cup. Take some weight off the wrist. And knees under hips, blanket under your knees if that feels better. And just begin with your breath a few rounds of cat-cow. So spinal extension, your chest on an inhale comes down through your arms, tailbone tilts. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round your back, chin toward chest. Inhale, belly down. Don't lift your head too high on the inhale. Exhale, flex the spine. Nice, slow, mindful movement. Couple more rounds. And then meet in tabletop, the neutral spine. Lengthen out through the crown of your head and through your tailbone. And we're going to do some vinyasa type movements here. Make sure during this procedure your core, activate your core. So zip your navel in and up and just keep that throughout. And there's also going to be some layering, optional things going on here. We're going to start at one level and then I'm going to give you options to try some different things, and it's totally your choice. So please remember to listen to your body and do what's right for you. So we're going to start by lengthening out your right leg. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Toes are on the mat. Just lengthen out through that back heel. So your hip is an extension here. Then inhale, lift the leg. Doesn't have to be high. Lift the leg straight back. And on an exhale, then go into a cat. Bring your knee toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen. A little bit of an extension of the spine and leg. Exhale, flex. Keep your gaze toward the front edge of your mat, so don't lift your gaze too high here. Now, option here to hold your left leg out and lift, right leg out and lifted, and to bring your left arm up in a balance. One more option is to bring your elbow and knee both in toward your body and then extend. So you can hold the balance. You can go back to just the knee moving, or the knee and the elbow, or you can put yourself right back into child's pose. So now wherever you are, if you're moving, come back to tabletop from wherever you were, and just stand up on your knees and roll out your wrists a little bit. And we'll try that on the other side. Now you can do different on the other side or the same. So start by making sure your core is activated, centered, strong. Take your left leg back, rest on the ball of your foot just to start. Then inhale, lift your left leg, reach out. You can point your toe or flex your foot, whatever you want. Exhale, begin bringing your knee toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen out. And then from here, your choice. You can continue with that movement. You can go into the balance with your left leg still and straight and your right arm out in front, still and straight. Just breathing in the balance. You can bring in the movement of your elbow and knee. Just a little bit more. And then if you're not already there, let yourself move back into child's pose, Balasana. Wide-legged, knees close together, head supported, whatever form of child's pose feels best for you right here, and just sink in. As quickly as you can, just let all the weight of your body sink into the mat. Let any thoughts that might be roaming around just sink, flow right out onto the mat, empty out, and breathe. Now inhale back up to all fours. Walk your hands about 8 inches or a hand's length out in front. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Firm up your core and lower your chest down between your hands, keeping your elbows next to your side as slowly as you can. Chin, chest, and then their hips are the last part to go down. Rest your head on your stacked hands. Take a few breaths. And then bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing in. Forehead is on the mat. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Press your pelvis into the mat. So you're going to activate your core here. Squeeze your glutes. And we're going to start with the legs. We're going to move into Locust Pose, starting with our legs. So on an inhale, lift your right leg, point your toes, stretch back. You don't have to lift it high. Exhale down. Next inhale, lift your left leg, stretch out, lengthen out through your left toes, down. A couple more times each side. And then pause. And on your next inhale, lift both legs and your chest and head and perhaps your arms. Lengthen back through your arms. Palms face the body. And just breathe. Inhale, lifts your body a little bit. Exhale, soften. You can always come out. You can come in and out, or you can hold. Really good for strengthening your back body. And then bring your palms back stacked and rest your forehead on your palms, on your hands, and just rest. Just like in child's pose, let everything out. Let it sink into the mat. And then bring your hands under your shoulders, come back up to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Stretch your tailbone up to the ceiling, maybe a deep bend in your knees to start, and then gradually straighten your legs. Chest is moving toward your thighs, head heavy, shake your head yes and no. And then look up between your hands, walk your feet up between your hands, come into Uttanasan, standing forward bend, knees bent a little or a lot. Any arms, you can take hold of opposite elbows. Just let the weight of your upper body and your head lengthen out your low back, release. And hands to shins, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold once more. And then inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Hands to the heart space. Mountain pose. So we'll build our mountain pose though. So start with your feet pointing forward, hip width apart or closer. And lift and spread your toes. Press down evenly into the four corners of the feet. Activate your legs. Little tilt, tuck, in your tailbone. Lengthen your side waist. Shoulders up to the ears and back and down. Palms face forward. Slight external rotation of your arms. And then lengthen up through the crown of your head. Come back to your breath. Close your eyes if you have the balance. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck, shoulders down. Feel rooted into the earth, rising through the crown of your head. Let go of any extra effort. It's just enough effort to keep the alignment stable and easy as a mountain. Come back to your breath, slow, deep, even breath. And open your eyes. And we'll do some sun breaths. So sun breaths, begin by externally rotating your hands. So palms come forward. Inhale, bring your arms up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, internally rotate. Turn your palms down, back around, meeting at heart center. A few more just like that. Inhale up. Your gaze can follow your hands if that feels good. And the next time you come to heart center, pause. And we're going to add a balance element to this. So start with your hands by your side, externally rotate. Inhale as your arms come to your shoulders, rise up onto your toes, all the way up. Turn your palms down. As your arms come to your shoulders, begin to lower back onto your heels. So a few more just like that. Inhale up. It helps to have a gaze point in any balance pose. And make sure your core is strong. Move with your breath. If you feel like it, you can hold in the raised position or keep moving. One more. Nice. Now shake out your legs. Do a little half sun vinyasa. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, set your hips back. Bring your arms up to frame your ears, chair pose. Exhale all the way up and hands back to Anjali Mudra. A couple more times in time to your own breath. Always know you can modify any posture or movement to make it better for you. Move with your breath. And then we'll meet again at the front edge of the mat for some more balance. So it can help if your mat it can help to be on a more sturdy surface than your mat. So feel free to step off onto the floor or or have a wall or a chair, something handy. That's all good. So we're going to do tree pose. So we've already kind of done it on our back a little bit, but let's start with the weight on the left leg. So once you get make sure you have your drishti and zip it up, zip your core, navel in and up. Let the weight come into your left foot. Just feel how the end come onto your right toes and just take a breath here, seeing how you are this far. Then externally rotate your right leg and bring your perhaps foot off the mat to your lower leg or up to your thigh, just not on the knee. And if you feel steady there, you can bring arms into it any way you want. So modify your tree pose any way you want. If you're a little balance is a little shaky, come out and take a breath and build your pose again. It's practice, and this time of year especially, it's also kind of changing seasons. That can affect balance. And then as you're ready, come out slowly with as much control as you can. Shake everything out. And let's try tree pose on the other side. Weight into the right foot. Externally rotate your left leg. And see where you want to go. Sides are different. Honor that. Okay, then take yourself out of tree pose, shake everything out, and we're going to do one more balance. So this is going to involve extension. We've been talking about some different flexions and extension of the shoulders and the hips. So I'm going to turn sideways. So start again with your weight in your left foot. And this time, take your right foot back and just rest on the toes. Our hands can be on your hips, any hands you want. And then the practice is to see if you can lift your right leg off, keeping the extension here. And then perhaps bring just your left arm up or both arms up. It's kind of a modified dancer pose. Shoulders are in flexion here if you raise your arms up and your right hip is in extension. So just play with that. Just a little different variation of a one-legged balance. come out, shake out your legs. And then when we do the next side, another option would be to have your shoulders in extension also. Grasp your hands behind your back. So anyway, just play with it. This time the weight's going to come into the right foot. And we're going to go back on our left toes. And perhaps lift the left leg. Right arm. Both arms. Breathe. And come out. Shake up your legs. Turn to, come back to mountain pose. So just for a couple breaths. Build your mountain pose. Just come back to your breath. We've been doing a lot of tricky stuff. Balance can be tricky. So let's just get centered and grounded again. Close your eyes. Slow, deep, even breaths. Really grounding down. Rooted through the earth, centered. No extra effort. And then turn to face the, I'm trying to decide what to do because I'm running out of time. So I'm going to have to let some things go. Just stay here. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Step your feet back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your knees to the mat. Take your feet out to the side. Come over onto a seat. And then onto your back. Take your block and have it so that the biggest area, the flat side, biggest flat side, you're gonna press into your feet, lift your hips, and put the flat side of the block right under your sacrum. So not on your low back, not on your spine, but just on the bony part of your pelvis. Feet are on the mat, hip width apart, knees bent, arms down by your side, palms on the press into the mat. So supported bridge pose. So you're just gonna have to be here. Just be in bridge pose. If you want, you can bring your legs up straight. A little more of an inversion. Or just stay in bridge for a few breaths. If you want to have your arms up overhead in bridge, that's an option. Couple more breaths. And press into your feet, lift your hips up, remove the block. And we're going to end with before Shavasana, a supine twist. So options are to have the figure 4 with your right ankle and your left knee, and then let the legs go to one side or the other. Or one leg straight, the other leg bent, knee crosses over, or a windshield wipe twist. So your choice. of a spinal twist to end. We'll hold it for about a minute on each side. So come into your twist. I'm gonna do the figure 4, but that doesn't mean you have to do it. So get settled, use any props that you need or want, and we'll just hold it for about a little less than a minute. And remember to breathe in to the area where you feel the stretch, a good stretch. If it hurts, you need to change, modify, back off. And then on the exhale, see if you can find a little release anywhere. Keep your awareness right inside your body. Thoughts are starting to prop up near the end of practice. Just put them on hold. Give yourself a few more minutes. Now begin to come out of the twist on that side and set up a twist on the other side. Doesn't have to be the same. Twisting is a nice time to release toxins, to help the lymphatic system carry away what your body doesn't need. It's a gift to your body. So stay in this twist as long as you feel you need to balance out your sides, and begin to make your way into Shavasana. Taking any last pose or movement or anything you wished we'd done, go ahead and give yourself that. And then settle into Shavasana, which in this busy time it's a very important part of practice, perhaps the most important pose that we do. But in this time of year, busy, stressful time, taking a little Shavasana every once in a while can really help. So just be symmetrical and comfortable. Perhaps cover with a blanket or use an eye bag. That can help to relax your eyes. Any supports. And then just surrender. Surrender to this very moment. Know that you are supported. Don't need to use effort. You're safe. Your body will take care of itself, will breathe itself. You can just let go and be right in the moment. And the thing that is always in the moment is your breath. So following the breath, feeling the breath in the body is always a way to be in the moment. And gently, very gently, bring your awareness back to the space and begin to awaken your body slowly. Just small movements, your fingers, your toes, perhaps rocking your head side to side a little bit. Come back to your breath. Take a few slow, deep inhales and exhales. And one knee at a time, draw your knees into your chest one at a time. And come on over onto your side. Just cradling your head in your arms. Taking a few moments here to see where you are at the end of practice. Just check in like we did at the beginning. Check in with your body. Check in with your emotions, your mind. Hopefully your mind has had a little chance to rest. Maybe it's beating on the door to be heard. Remember your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. Just keep your awareness inside for a few more moments. Just sit with a tall, straight spine. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck. And just take a few really mindful, slow, deep, even breaths. In and out through your nose. And follow the breath. See how the body moves as you take a nice full inhale, how it expands and opens. And how it relaxes and releases on your slow, deep exhale. Filling, energizing, relaxing, releasing. Invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space, your spiritual heart, and bow lightly toward your fingertips. Bow to your efforts here today and your willingness to take a whole hour just for yourself, for your wellness in body, mind, and spirit. And I thank you and I'm grateful to you for letting me, first of all, for coming to practice and for letting me guide you in the practice and share in your practice. And the light that is in me bows to and honors the very same light in each one of you. Namaste. Thanks for coming, and thank yourself. Give yourself a big hug and pat on the back for this time you've taken for yourself. And remember to keep doing that during this somewhat stressful season so that you can appreciate the joy of it even more. And I will see you back here next week. Bye.